Let me give you a clue. If we do these R's, then our world will be much greener. It is reduce, reuse, and recycle. But why should we even think about these R's? Why can't we just go on with our easy life and not even think about our decisions? Well, folks, if you are thinking about these questions, then have you heard of the expression, you reap what you sow? It seems like these simple phrases have a lot more effect around us than we think. Don't agree? Then think of it this way. Imagine yourself finishing a plastic bottle of orange juice. After you're done, instead of throwing it into the recycling bin, imagine yourself throwing it into a random bin in your garden, which turns out to be the composting bin. Now, once that plastic bottle goes into the soil, instead of being a nutritious source of energy, it contaminates the soil and gets in your food in the form of vegetables and fruits, eventually food poisoning you, making you really sick. And all of this is happening because of one plastic bottle. Now, think of this situation the other way around, with you throwing the plastic bottle into the recycling bin, or even making a pencil holder out of it. Just imagine all the different kinds of things that could have been made out of that plastic bottle. New pens, plastic cans, and even new fashions in different styles. Hey, it's not my fault I love fashion. It is definitely much better than contaminated vegetables. Yuck. Anyway, if you still think that poisoned food is better than new things that come out of your waste, then let me ask you another question. Would you rather save yourself or let yourself die? I think most of the people sitting here would choose save themselves. But did you know that reducing, reusing, and recycling is another way to live a longer and healthier life? That's right, because scientists aren't sure if we will live any longer than the age of 90 because of our non-organic ways of life. That include eating poisoned food, not taking hygienic healthcare because of the toxic environment around us, and breathing in carbon dioxide. That can include the risk of death, especially to people that have asthma. But this can all change if we follow the 3 R's. First of all, we need to understand what are the 3 R's. And let me start by explaining what the word reusing means. Now, there are many different types of perspectives on what the word reusing means. But in my opinion, the meaning is the word itself. It means using more reusable resources in the first place. For example, instead of using a plastic bottle, you can use a water bottle instead. Or instead of using non-renewable energy, you can use renewable energy like a solar panel on a sunny day. Though I must admit, currently, renewable energy is a lot more expensive than non-renewable energy because of the way our society is. But it's worth it once you know you're working out the situation between life and death, right? Right? Anyway, instead of talking about life and death, now let's go back to my topic. Next stop is reducing, which in my opinion is a really hard thing to do. And when I mean hard, I'm really not joking about hard. Let me give you an example on what happened to me. I've gone shopping out with my parents for vegetables and fruits, and while I was walking with my parents, I saw a new pair of jeans glowing like gold in my eyes. I walked over, desperately wanted to own them. So if you're the people that think this art is very hard, then it seems like we have a lot in common. But the thing is that if we keep up using up all our resources and don't put them back, then it's like eating a table full of food and ordering more. I mean, like, that's insane, right? So a few tips that I would recommend for you to do is, first of all, when you see something that you want, but you know that you don't need, think of the path of that item to you, and the path it will take once you no longer need it. Secondly, make use of what you already have and make that more appealing instead. Now let's go to my last stop, which is recycling. Many people think that reducing and reusing is the same thing, and that they only have to do 2 of the R's. But I want to say to those people that you're wrong. And the difference is that reusing means that using things multiple times, while recycling means that you take something and you turn it into something that is totally new. So folks, always remember that small actions can make big differences, and that we only have one planet. On that note, it's time for me to zoom off of the stage. Thank you for listening.